Hi beautiful souls, it's Tan back here again today with you on this Astrology Human Design Gene Keys channel with another Synastry video. And today we're going to be continuing our North Node aspects in Synastry chart overlays because that is what you guys have requested in accordance with the poll that I made a few days ago. Last week, actually. So if you guys are interested to get readings, they are available now. You can click on the link in the description box below and in the comment section, and I'd be happy to do a reading for you and your interest of any kind of relationship. So today we're going to be looking at when one person's North Node is conjunct to another person's Sun, which also means that that person's South Node is opposite to the other person's Sun as well. Sun opposite South Node, Sun conjunct North Node, because North and South Node is an axis. So when we have this conjunction, I would like to keep the orbs, I would say like 6 degrees maximum. You would rarely feel it anymore if it's more than 6 degrees, and you'll feel this more if it is also in the same human design gate or in the same gene key, rather than it being different, but you'll still feel it if it is somewhere from 0 to like 8 degrees. Yeah, I would keep that as a maximum between a Sun and North Node conjunction. So when you have this conjunction, the North Node person will immediately sense that they like something about the Sun person. Usually they like the personality of the Sun, the way the Sun expresses themselves. The North Node person feels a strong gravitational pull towards the recognition, the career of the Sun. There's something there that they know that if they could get a sense of like what the Sun person is doing and contributing to the world and getting recognition for, they would be able to grow and evolve in very significant ways. There can also be a sense of, well, there's admiration, but there's also a little bit of hesitant because the North Node person can feel that if they were to engage with a Sun person, then they'd really have to be stepping out of their own comfort zone. And a lot of people are not very much into their North Node. Some people are more than others. The Sun person can often feel validated or recognized by the North Node person. It encourages them and makes them feel like, you know, I have a fan club here. It can be a little bit like that. And I actually have this particular conjunction with my husband. I am the Sun, he's the North Node. It's not very close. It's about 5 degrees out, but it can be felt from time to time. And I want to share with you the story of how we met because it is actually through astrology. When I first started my astrology channel back in 2018, he watched my videos, then he emailed me, and then we started talking and video calling. And then we met in real life. So that's very bam, like Sun conjunct North Node there. He saw me, he recognized me for my career. And at that point in his life, he was going through some phases where he wanted to grow and evolve, and he was doing it through astrology. You know, he really wanted to learn astrology because he felt that it would help him to grow and evolve in very significant ways. And then there I was, you know, with my astrological career. So there you have it, like Sun conjunct North Node. However, what can happen throughout the relationship, and this is what I've also experienced, is that this North Node person, you know, when we have North and South Nodes, right, we're not always in the North Node. Sometimes we're in our South Node, and we have to master our South Node before we can fully embody the North Node qualities and traits. And so sometimes I would find that my husband would be a lot in his South Node. And this is a Scorpio South Node and a Taurus North Node. And so when you're in the Scorpio South Node, you're using money and you're investing your money in ways that might be uncomfortable for the Sun person, which is me. And that is something that I can definitely resonate with because sometimes, you know, he would be, you know, with Scorpio South Node, it would be like, I have money, I make it quickly, I make it fast, and then I use it and I invest it. And, you know, it's like water. It goes in and out, right? Because that, you know, it's ruling the 8th house, Scorpio ruling the 8th house, investments. But the Taurus side of things is like, we make money, maybe we can make money in a slower way and then actually save up a little bit too. So that's kind of where we get into this like tug of war because there's still that South Node opposition to the Sun, remember. So look at the signs, look at the themes of what's happening there. You feel the tug of war too because the North Node person is also going to be in their South Node from time to time. What I've also noticed here as well is if the Sun person, in this case, isn't, you know, because the Sun is something what we want to recognize for just being in our energy, but we also have to work towards the Sun, right? So sometimes the Sun person, you know, if they're confused about their career or their expression, their identity, if they're confused about that or they've got some kind of issue with that or something they're still working with, something that needs healing, the North Node person can also feel like they're a bit lost. in this relationship, because the North Node person can kind of come to depend a lot on the Sun person for their own growth. The Sun can be like a good mentor, either directly or indirectly. But if the Sun is confused, the North Node person can also be like, I don't really know what I want to do in this life actually, and where I'm going. And so I'm going to go back to my South Node. I'm going to do that. They're my comfort zone, right? So that can also happen with this particular conjunction. You want to also check, like, in the composite chart. What's the North Node doing in the composite chart? Is it happy? Is it evolving and growing? Or is it also confusing? That can also happen. So the relationship themes, the feelings that also occur with this conjunction is also a feeling of the way you meet feels fated, it feels destined in some ways. There can be this feeling like, this is the right place, the right time. Like, if it didn't happen now, it would have never happened ever again. Kind of like that. It's like this one moment that it just kind of make things happen. This conjunction doesn't necessarily indicate that the relationship will last forever, but it does indicate that there is a fatedness in feeling, and that it can alter and change both of your life paths in very significant ways. So we can say that the Sun person's expression, their identity is activating a very important karmic lesson for the North Node person if the North Node person is willing to listen and learn a little bit from what the Sun person has to say about that. If the North Node person is constantly feeling called out or like exposed, like the Sun is really seeing my karmic journey really clearly and I don't like that and kind of resist that, which can also happen sometimes, then, for the North Node person, they'll be in their comfort zone, and that might be a little bit tense and conflicting with the Sun person's identity. But if the North Node person is willing to work on this with the Sun, kind of listen a little bit here and there, they might actually be able to learn something very significant in their life. In general, this particular contact is going to point to a very purposeful self-growth for both people if they are open to it. And it can be a very enlivening, motivating type of contact as well. All right. Well, that's going to be my take on Sun conjunct North Node in Synastry chart overlay. If you have this aspect with someone, then comment below and let us know what your experiences have been. If you would like to get a reading, then do visit the links in the description box below and in the comment section, and I would be happy to dive deeper into your Synastry chart with another person. And sending you lots of love today, beautiful souls. Bye!